We met Miss Ollie back in June in Judge Manning's courtroom when she decided to completely ignore the court order that told her to stay away from her daughter and her home and to sit there and have a Zoom meeting in the same house, not realizing that two people on Zoom will cause a very, very annoying noise, like a screeching, nails on the chalkboard, make your noise. So, she got called out, got in trouble, and was told to leave the residence and has supposedly been staying at a friend's house since then. There was 2 hearings since our last. If you missed it, I'm going to play the first hearing. If you remember the first hearing, go ahead and fast forward to 8 minutes. And that's the new content. Enjoy.
Mika Ollie, start your camera. We got 22 CP 214957. Cruelty in the first and simple battery. Go ahead, Ms. Rondon.
Yes, Your Honor. We're here for a bond modification as part of her bond order in December of 2022. She was ordered to stay away from the family home and to have no contact with the alleged victim. We're asking for both of those conditions to be modified. Recently, Miss Ollie has been diagnosed with cervical cancer and has started treatment for that. And part of that treatment has included major surgery. It's being unable to live in her own home has caused her major issues with recovering from this major surgery and taking care of her health. She's had to live out of her car due to this bond condition. And, obviously her health is very important. And so we are asking for the stay away order to be amended and also for the no contact order to be taken away. It is my understanding after talking to Miss Ollie, and I believe some other folks are on the Zoom that can speak to this, that there was a defects case that was opened up in addition or related to this incident, and it's my understanding that that defects case has been closed, and that it has been closed because the allegations from the child, she admitted that she made them up. I was told DFAX was going to be on here to speak to that, and that the child herself is also on the Zoom call. So I can turn it over to the DFAX representative, whoever they are. I'm not sure which screen it is, to speak to that.
Is anyone from DFAX here? No one from DFAX. What do you know, Bostic? Anything I need to know?
Okay.
No new information, no new arrests. I think this is her only, actually.
All right, Miss Patton, let me pull it up and look at it. Anything you want to say yet, Miss Patton? Or you
Your Honor, honestly, I haven't heard anything from DFAX. If Your Honor is inclined, I would like to hear from the minor child. My position right now is objecting it based upon what's alleged. These are serious allegations. I am sympathetic to Miss Ollie's diagnosis, but these are very serious allegations, and my position is to object. If Your Honor is inclined, I think she is on here, Sanaya.
All right, Sanaya. How old are you, Sanaya?
16.
All right, can you turn your camera on for me? All right, if you could raise your right hand, Sanaya, do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Yeah. All right, you got to speak louder and be still. Sit down somewhere and be still, okay? Got to see your face. Okay. Go ahead, Miss Rondon.
Hi, Miss Ollie. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. Regarding the incident that happened in December of 2022, well, will you tell the court whether or not you have stated to DFAX that this incident did not actually occur?
It's you, Sanaya. She's asking you a question.
Yeah, Miss Sanaya Ali, did you hear my question?
No, can you repeat it?
Of course. Um,
Okay, Miss Sanaya, if you're close to somebody, you need to get away because there's feedback.
Is the defendant currently in the
Whoa,
same?
whoa. Are y'all at the same house?
That's what it looks like.
Sure does.
Yeah.
So right now, what you're telling me is you're violating your own bond conditions before I say you can amend them.
I had no choice. I've been reading.
Stop talking.
Wait,
Stop talking.
Miss-
Stop
Miss
talking.
Ali.
Defects when I take
Stop
custody of
talking.
the child.
Miss
Stop
Ali,
talking. Stop
please stop
talking.
talking.
Miss Ali, stop talking. Absolutely nothing you say is going to help you right now. Miss Patton?
Your Honor, based upon that, my original, I would object. I think it still stands. She hadn't even stayed with the conditions as are right now. She's in the home with her. And how can the child and the victim in question be safe enough to tell me what's really going on if she's in the house with her?
And Miss Rhonda, this is not me doubting you. I can feel my blood pressure going up. Wait a minute.
I agree, Your Honor.
Miss Ali, I am sorry for your condition. However, I am not sorry that you couldn't follow instructions. I mean, and the nerve to show, it's like, what in the world? You didn't even try to hide it.
To you and lied to you.
No,
Miss Ali,
absolutely nothing you can say. Miss
Try to have a
Rhonda does
TV.
not want you to
Miss
say
Ali.
a word. It is not going to help you. So, Miss Rhonda, I'll tell you what, you can place this back on another time. I'll give you a chance to have a conversation with Miss Ollie. And then put it back on for another motions hearing. But
thank you, Your Honor, I do appreciate that chance. In addition, I know it's not changing anything today, but I was told there are documents supporting the dismissal of the DFCS case and other things that were also allegedly turned over to the DA's office.
sure.
Since this case was not originally mine, I did not have a chance to get my hands on those documents before tonight's hearing. I will get those documents before we come back, and I will share them with the state in advance.
So, Ms. Travoria, what do you think the reset date will be for her?
It'll be sometime the end of July.
Is that okay, Ms. Rhonda? Or of course, if you send stuff to Ms. Patton and y'all come up with a consent, that's fine too. I mean, just let me know.
Sure.
Ms. Rhonda, and excuse me, Your Honor, for interrupting you. I know you said a DFCS case was closed, but I'm concerned that a DFCS case was closed with the thought that she wasn't living there, and clearly she is. So I'm concerned that a DFCS case was even closed out based upon the information that we've learned here today, because it doesn't seem like it was closed out based upon all the information being given, being truthful.
I have
I'm
the
sure Ms.
number.
Rhonda will get to the bottom of it.
I will get to the bottom of it. I do have a name and number of the DFCS caseworker. So they will be my first call. And I will,
Thank you, Ms. Rhonda.
yes,
Yeah, and if you want to send that to us, you can.
absolutely.
All right. Best of luck to you, Miss Ollie. Have a good evening. But you need to leave where you're at. Yeah, well, let's see. We got a couple more bond modifications real quick. So we got Tamika Ollie. Who's representing Tamika Ollie?
Good evening, Your Honor. Miss Ollie is my client.
All right, Ms. Ollie, if you turn your camera on. All right, this is number one on the modification. It's 22 CP 214957. Tamika Ollie, it's cruelty of the first and simple battery. Anything I need to know, Bostic? Preach. Rah.
Nothing to report. I think she was released 6/2/22.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Rodney.
Your Honor, I'm gonna ask for a continuance in this case for maybe about a week. This case was continued from June to allow me some time to speak to my client and to gather further information relevant to the modification motion. Some of those documents include records from DFCS, records from East Point Police Department, etc. My investigator has sent subpoenas and has, followed up to get these documents. And I don't have them for tonight's purposes. And I do think they'll be very important to the modification motion and to ultimately the case itself. And so I would ask for a continuance to I would only need about a week's time.
All right, what's the next date we have, Miss Robinson?
I'm sorry, Judge, what was the question?
The next time we could get her on here.
It will be for the August calendar. I think, hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. It will be, do August 14th.
All right,
I think the 14th is fine, and I believe once I get these documents that the state may consent to what I'm asking for. So if I get the documents sooner than that, I will of course share them with the state, and if we can consent, then we'll go down that avenue.
okay, I was asking if that, since I've read the motion, if you think of something else, I mean, let us send us a consent, okay? If you got
Will
that.
do.
Okay,
And definitely, just send me whatever you got, Miss Rondon. We'll definitely look it over.
all right, so we'll get you back on in another couple of weeks, ma'am. Thank you.
Miss Ollie is on the Zoom. There she is.
All right. Raise your right hand, Miss Ollie. Do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, this is the one add-on is 22 CP 214957, cruelty in the first and simple battery family violence. And last time we were here, as I recall, she was at the house with the daughter in violation of the bond conditions. I'd said, anything, Bostic? Preach. Wow.
Nothing new to add, Judge.
All right, go ahead, Miss Rondon.
Yes, Your Honor. The motion filed is a bond modification motion, and we are asking for 2 conditions of Miss Ollie's bonds to be modified. The first condition that we're asking to be modified is the stay away condition. We are asking that Miss Ollie be allowed to reside at the address stated in the bond condition, the Atlanta Street, Atlanta GA address, which is the family home. Miss Ollie is undergoing treatment for cancer and does need a stable and good home to be able to participate in her cancer treatments and to recover fully. The second condition that I'm asking the court to modify is the no contact order with her daughter. We are asking for that to be modified from no contact to a no violent contact order. This case was continued from the last time it was on the calendar at the defense's request so that we could make contact with the DFCS because there at one point supposedly was a case in connection with this criminal case. Unfortunately, I have not been able to make contact or receive any response from DFCS concerning my multiple requests to speak about this case. I think what that indicates to me is that if there was an open pending case with the Ollies, that DFCS would have an opinion on this, and that DFCS would like to make their opinion on whether contact or no contact, they would want that to be known to the court. And I think that them not answering any requests and not being present in court today to give an opinion signifies they don't have one. And so, Your Honor, I would ask for the condition of no contact to be amended to a no violent contact order, and for Miss Ollie to be allowed to return to the family home on Atlanta Street.
So, Ms. Rondon, since last time she was already living there in violation of the bond conditions, I'm assuming that you had a nice little chat with her. So where has she been staying since then? Because now she's outside. So, I mean, I have to tell you this makes me feel weird, like maybe she's outside of her own house. Maybe she's there, but I would trust what you say.
Yes, we did have a conversation after the last hearing, and she's been staying at a friend's home.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, so and I apologize, Your Honor. So obviously I wasn't here for the last hearing. So if I could just ask a few clarifying questions, would that be all right?
Oh, sure. absolutely.
All right, and Ms. Rondon or Miss Ollie, either one of y'all can answer this if you know the answer. Who is living at the home other than the daughter? Who else is living at the home right now?
Miss Ollie, I would say that you can answer that question and just repeat the only people that are living permanently in that home.
You're on mute, Miss Ollie.
Mom, dad, and 5 children.
Okay. So Your Honor, based on that information, I don't have any problem with, well, my one issue, Your Honor, obviously there's a threat to intimidation. The main victim is the daughter. So that would be the one outstanding threat. Miss Ollie does not have any criminal history. So I don't think she's a threat to commit more felonies. So with that in mind, I don't have any issue with either one of these conditions being modified. I'm not going to object to it, but I am concerned that this may put Miss Ollie, even with her medical circumstance, in a position to violate her bond condition because there's obviously some issues going on there much deeper than just the altercation.
Well, she's already violated it one time and I was not happy.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think I was a little more than not happy. So that's fine, Miss Rondon. Just send me the order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Miss Ollie, I will tell you this, the main reason that I'm modifying this is because of your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
But when a judge, and not just me, tells you to do something, you gotta do it, whether you like it or not. I'm glad that you went the right route by getting it modified, but you didn't need to anticipate what was gonna happen, okay? Because
Understand.
I'd almost made up my mind that you weren't going back there until the case was over, all right? So we'll go ahead and modify it, no further violent contact. Now, I say if you have any violent contact with it, I'll go ahead and let you know it won't be good because they can violate your bond, then you'll be back in jail, Miss Ollie. I wish you the best. Hope everything turns out well for you as far as your if your cancer treatment goes. So just think about that before you, if you ever want to get in an argument with, don't do it. Just take care of your health, okay? Best of luck to you, ma'am. Miss Rhonda will shoot me that, and once I sign the order, you can go ahead and make it.